Hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jan and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. Today's video is going to be a chatty get ready with me. I just felt like coming on and playing with some makeups and chatting to you about nonsense. So if you want to be a part of that, stick around. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, now's a great time to do that. I upload 4 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And if you tap on the little bell and choose all, YouTube will notify you when I upload a new video. You can choose to watch it or not, totally up to you, no pressure. Either way, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. All right, so I'm not gonna yammer at you because I'm gonna yammer at you. So I'm going to pull back my hair, get you zoomed in, and we'll jump right into this. Okay, hair's back, eyes are taped. I just went through my drawers and chose some stuff I haven't used yet, or I haven't used on camera, or things I just need to try again. So let's start with my eyeshadow base. I chose the Juvia's Place. This is in the shade 2. This came with an eyeshadow palette I ordered off of Ulta. So I'm gonna squirt a little out on my palette. I will say, you have to shake the heck out of this tube because the product inside separates. And that's kind of a pain, but not like the worst thing ever. I did not realize that the first time I used it, and what a mess. So I'm just gonna get this all over my eyelid. I have shade 1 as well, but I chose shade 2 intentionally because of the look I'm gonna try to do today. My skin is much darker than my eyelids, and like my face, my body is a lot tanner. So because so much of my lid is still gonna be visible, I wanted to go with a shade that would match my skin tone a little better. That's why it looks as dark as it does. It should be okay by the time we're done. All right, I mean, that just takes the tiniest amount. I squirted out maybe half of a pea-size amount and used most of it, so that's pretty cool. Okay, now I'm gonna take my Nakia Joy Velvet Finishing Powder, the best powder ever, and I'm going to actually set my eyelids because I'm not gonna use that much eyeshadow today. So make sure there's no creasing, and then just pat over that with my powder. That way, hopefully, the eyeshadow base doesn't crease throughout the day. All right, that's set. I know it's looking a little crazy, but like I said, we should be all right. Okay, the plan for today is just to do like a winged liner effect without using liquid liner, and just eyeshadow, the tape, and hoping for the best. I have never done this before, so let's just tuck in. I'm just gonna start by kind of getting a line going. Okay, I feel like that was the super hard part, and that's done. So now I can yammer a little bit at you. So I thought I would just, I don't know, talk a little bit about the cruise and what we did. I figured I could insert some pictures so you can kind of see what we did. I wanted to try to vlog it a little bit, but that's just not something that I could do. But the ship was at 60% capacity, which we had never experienced before, obviously. And, you know, they're still doing some pretty serious protocols because of the pandemic. It was amazing. We didn't have to wait for an elevator ever at all. It just was incredible. Also, we weren't able to get off at every port, which I guess would make some people mad probably, but it didn't make us mad because safety is pretty darn important, and I was really happy with the way they handled everything. I will say I miss it. There is just nothing like being on a cruise ship. It is the most relaxing, the most amazing feeling I have ever experienced. You meet so many very cool people in situations like that. We had a great time. Obviously, I got lots of color. And since we've been back, the weather's been pretty gross. I live in Vermont, so, you know, cold. But last week we had 2 sunny days in a row, and that was amazing. I got to go outside with the grandbabies for a little bit. It was pretty cool. I'm not even telling you what I'm doing. So I'm using the Hershey Kiss palette again, and I went in with this shade to initially set up that line, and then I buffed it lightly into my crease. I'm not done there. I'm just gonna leave it there for now and see where we go. So now on this little angled brush, I'm gonna go into that darker shade and just start working this where I want that wing to be. Oh, like I said, I've never done anything like this before, so I may end up having to scrap this whole video. We shall see. So yeah, it seems like the weather's going to start getting better here pretty soon, which I cannot wait for. I am not meant for cold weather. I am not meant to be stuck in the house all the time. I like being outside. Not that I'm like a giant like nature freak. I just really like being outside. I like the sunshine. I like the fresh air. It's so much better than being stuck in the house. What's the weather like where you are right now? Are you able to go outside, or is it still cold and yucky? Our snow has completely melted. Like, we definitely did not get much snow this year, so that's really cool. It feels very promising. But we've been getting a lot of rain, and they're calling for more snow next week. I mean, if we get it, it won't last, so that's super cool, but lots and lots of rain, which means lots and lots of mud. Not that it affects me, I'm not leaving the house, but it's still not fun. Oh my gosh, so far, I feel like this is looking pretty okay. I think this needs to... Yeah, my eyes are so incredibly different from each other. Not too bad, right? Okay, so I think I do want to take just a little bit more of that light brown shade and just really kind of blend right here. Bring that down a little bit. I may have to re-intensify that dark shade. I just feel like it looks a bit too disconnected. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Probably could have watched some YouTube videos to figure it out. It feels like it's coming together. All right, just gonna go back in and re-intensify this dark shade. All right, I think I want to leave it there. I'm gonna remove the butterscotch tape and hope for the best. It's still gonna look a little crazy until I get my base done. But hopefully it all comes together in the end. I don't know. I think that might be pretty okay. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the eyes there for now and start on my base. I ordered this e.l.f. Flawless Satin Foundation, oil-free, medium coverage. I don't know, I want to try it out, so today's the day. And I'm gonna use my Glamlite X Hershey Kisses sponge to get this on my face. I don't know if this sponge is gonna be any good, but it's shaped like a Hershey Kiss, and I couldn't not. Also worth noting, I have raging PMS at the moment, so if this was a real Hershey's Kiss, it'd be gone in 2 seconds. I really like the e.l.f. CC cream that was released, I think, last year. That's really good. I like that a lot. This sponge is humongous. All right, I'm just gonna get this blended all over and I'll come back and we'll move on to the rest of the products I have. Just kidding. So I just put a little on my chin. That was 2 pumps on my face using the sponge. I think I want to go in with a brush and see if I can build it up a little bit, because that is definitely not medium coverage. So I've squirted some more out on my palette and I'm just gonna see if I can build it up with a brush. I can keep my hair out of it. That would be super cool. Normally I would make sure to get foundation all over my ears, but I'm wearing my hair down and you won't be able to see them. So I'm not gonna waste the product or the time to blend foundation onto them. But if you're gonna wear your hair up or your ears are gonna be poking out, I would recommend putting a little foundation on them. And down my neck, of course, because my neck is never the same color as my body. This foundation smells really good. If you don't like scented products, you probably wouldn't like this, but I love scented products. That's why I'm a huge fan. You do want to make sure you take it up into your hairline if your hair is pulled back at all. It just gives you a much nicer, seamless look. And I'm just gonna pat over all of that with my sponge, just to make sure there's not an excess bit of foundation anywhere. Okay, that scent is gorgeous. I really like it. I don't know what it is, but it's yummy. It's really pretty. Okay, it takes a lot less with the brush. That was 2 pumps, and there's probably Still a half a pump left on there, so I would definitely recommend using a brush. All right, now for concealer. I bought the KVD Good Apple Concealer in a shade that was very, very light, and I wasn't sure if I liked it, but I couldn't tell if it was because of the shade or the concealer. Turns out I really, really like it. So I bought a darker shade, and it's really good. I don't go for like super full coverage with my concealer. Like my under eyes aren't horribly discolored or anything. But what I do go for is light, like formula-wise, because I'm 44 and my under eyes look it. And too much product will only add to the years. So I really am a fan of this concealer. And I like to pat it out with a little velour puff. I feel like this gives me the most coverage and blends it out beautifully. Being careful with my little wing. And this doesn't dry down super fast, but it also doesn't stay wet very long. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I am oily in my T-zone, and I don't know, the formula of this just seems to agree with the chemistry of my face. I really, really like this. And again, because my under eyes are so wrinkly, I don't set them. Powder typically leads to badness. So I found that with this concealer, I don't need to set it. As I do my face, I'll go back through and pat out any creasing that happens, but then it seems to just kind of stay good. I'm gonna go in real quick with my Nakia Joy setting powder. This is the best stuff ever. I may have mentioned that once or twice. And then I'll come back and we'll move on. Okay, I'm all powdered. Still looking crazy. I like to use, I should have mentioned this, I like to use a little velour puff, and then I just pat it on and around my nose, my forehead, and my chin where I get the most oily. I just leave it. After I'm all done doing blush, bronzer, highlight, contour, all of that, I will buff it away with a finishing powder. So don't fret, it'll get better. Seems to be a theme with this video. Okay, this is not new. It doesn't need to be tried again. It's just what I use. It's the Kevyn Aucoin contour shade in medium. I have found for my skin tone, this is what I love. So I use this to shadow my lower lip. My Cupid's bow. And just lately, I've been doing this. Which looks a bit crazy, yet again. I think it comes together. And then on this fluffy brush, I'm gonna carve out my cheekbones. Check it, I'm just gonna contour my cheeks a little bit. This side has this hollow, so my contour has to stay in line with that. This side doesn't have it. It's the weirdest thing. Like, why is my face so crooked? I don't know, but you just gotta deal with it, I suppose. A little on the tip of my nose. And then for bunsies, right along the chins. And jawline. Sometimes I go in a little harder with it, Sometimes I don't. It just depends on my mood. I can still smell that foundation on my face. I would definitely say if you're sensitive, do not get that foundation. I love it though. All right, how about we finish up the under eye? So I'm gonna go in with that angled brush in the darkest shade in the palette, like I did on top. Stay. And I'm going to have the bottom lash line meet up with the top. I'm gonna take that lighter shade and just buff. Something like that. It's like there's a weird shadow that happens when I turn, but like that, it looks pretty normal. Same. Knock on wood, so far we're doing okay. Now for the tight line and waterline, I'm gonna go with my LA Girl Ultimate Eyeliner in the shade Deepest Brown. I was undecided if I wanted a nude waterline or a dark brown. I think dark brown. What do you think? I think that was the right choice. Right, I'm gonna go in and put my moles back on like I do, or my freckles, or whatever you wanna call them. I can't really hide them, so put them back. For bronzer, I do have something completely new. I purchased this from the BoxyCharm store thing they do. The only shade they had was a very dark shade, and at the time I couldn't use it. But this is by Vesca, and this says Kissed by Danny. Yeah, soft matte bronzing powder. This should work for me now because I am quite a bit tanner. We're gonna go in gentle and start on the forehead, because that I can pretty much just put my hair down and hide if I need to. Hey, I like it. I like it a lot. Wow. That's really pretty. All right. For the chins. I'm really, really glad I tried this, because if you caught my, what video was it? I can't remember. A girl gets confused. But recently I did a video and I was using my Jouer bronzer duo, and it is way broken now. Like, it's just itty bitty pieces just from dipping my brush in ever so gently. I will hopefully at some point repurchase, because I love that so much, but right now I'm kind of on a no buy, so just gonna be sad. But this is a win. I actually have a highlighter from this brand as well, and I really like that too. Interesting. I may have to check out what else they do. Now we'll do blush. I got this in my AIA beauty box when it was like a full-on MAC box, and I haven't used it yet, so I thought today would be a good time. I'm gonna use my little Rephr number 4. Obviously it's my blush brush of late. We're just gonna put that on, wrap it around my brow. That's gorgeous, like super natural. But I feel like with this eye look, it totally works. Look at that. What is this shade? Melba. I mean, that's absolutely beautiful. Woo and who. I mean, as far as makeup days go, this could be a lot worse. Before I go in and highlight, I am gonna go in with my Dior Powder No Powder. This one's broken, came that way. And I'm just gonna buff this over where I lay down like my blush and bronzer, just to make sure everything's blended nicely. I got this last summer and really liked it, and so I had to buy a second shade as fall and winter came because this one was too dark to be a winter shade for me without any sun or tan. Look at that. So pretty. Not me, the powder. All right, let's do some highlight. I'm excited to try this. It's the Ace Beauty Glow Essentials highlighting palette. This came in my BoxyCharm. It was like one of the few things that I really was excited to get. So I think for today, I'm gonna go with this shade right here called Gleaming. Kind of a more natural shade. Let's see what we think of this. That's pretty. Oh yeah, I like that. And on my Rose and Ben brush that I love and really want more of, do the tip of my nose. And then I do right below. So up in here is seriously like wrinkly and not cute when I highlight it. So I go just below that, and I like how that looks. And then my Cupid's bow. And I do want to do my brow, just below my brow. Then, so now just add some to my inner corner. I was afraid that was gonna look a bit dark. All right, we're gonna go into a lighter shade. We don't want to darken the inner corner. There. All right. I am pretty happy so far. At this point, I think I want to pop off camera and do my brows. I'm going to use my NYX Thick It Stick It and my Maybelline Brow Ultra Slim brow pencil. And then I will come back and we'll do lashes and lips. Okie dokie. Brows are on. I've curled my left eyelash and I'm going to use this Too Faced Damn Girl Mascara. It came in my BoxyCharm. I did test drive this yesterday. I didn't wear any makeup yesterday, just a little bit of mascara, a lip balm, and some brow gel. And I did get a couple itty bitty flecks on my face, but nothing terrible. This brush is intimidatingly humongous. So I don't love that. But as for the mascara itself, I mean, look at the difference. It's pretty darn good. I'm gonna go in with just a little bit more. It is pretty good. Curl the other lashes. These are actually my good lashes. These are the ones that typically behave the way I want them to. My left eye tends to be a bit of an arse and they just fall right back down again. Makes me crazy. And I know a waterproof mascara will help keep them up, but I am far too lazy to use a waterproof mascara. At the end of the day, I need makeup removal and getting ready for bed to be as easy as possible. See, that's my good eye. I don't love the name of this mascara, but I might really like the mascara itself. So, I don't know. We'll see by the end of day what it looks like under my eyes. Okay, I don't have a new lip liner, so I'm just gonna check that on real quick, and then we'll do lips, and then we can wrap this up. I lined my lips with these NYX Professional Makeup Retractable Lip Liner in the shade Nude Pink. Really, really like this liner. And for my lipstick, this isn't entirely new, just the shade is new, is the NYX Professional Shine Loud lipstick in the shade Moving Up. It's technically spring now, and I thought this might be fun. I like fun lipstick, so. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry, and then I'll go in with the gloss. I'll come back and we will wrap this. Alrighty, that's the look, done and dusted. I love this lipstick. You do have to keep applying the gloss because it does start to feel a little bit oogy, and it isn't the most easy to get off, but I use the e.l.f. exfoliating lip thingy, and it takes it right off. That's what I use to take off my lipstick every night, so I don't have any problems with removal. As for the rest of my face, I think everything went pretty well. Are my wings perfect and evenly lined up? I doubt it, but neither are my eyes. So I'm gonna go with that's okay. I really like a lot of these products. I mean, even surprising some of them. I will of course link to everything I can in the description box, as well as where else you can find me and some of my more recent videos in case you missed them. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. I seriously appreciate you hanging out with me today. Be good and remember to be kind to you.